When we talk about how to turn decades into days, when we talk about who's your top five, when we talk about how to collapse time to really live the life that you want to live based on your goals and objectives and to do what you want, when you want, how you want, with who you want, it comes down to understanding money. It comes down to understanding who you are on the inside, where you are, economically on the outside, but what was handed down to you that you either have to double down on or remove completely. And by the way, that's the difference between a scarce money mindset as well as an abundant money mindset. So today what we're going to get into is understanding the infinite banking concept for beginners, because if you get that and if you understand that system of thinking and you understand that if it is to be, it's up to me over the long term, what'll happen is instead of compounding a product or a rate of return in any individual portfolio, you'll learn how to compound your overall wealth through understanding the magic of multiple use of each and every dollars and mimicking as best as you can within a certain frame of doing what the banks do. So the basics of infinite banking is really to learn the fundamental principles and benefits of the concept itself and how to understand how whole life insurance policies serve as the foundation of this strategy and discover what leveraging really means and how to leverage your cash value to utilize this concept or this system. Now, a lot of times there's videos that are out there and they're really good. The information is solid. It's on point. When you click the link and fill out the information to set up an appointment, you have to make sure the team on the other side is really taking you through this process and understand what kind of policies to buy that sit and fit with not only who you are as far as a entrepreneur or not an entrepreneur, who you are as an overall thinker when it comes to money. How the discipline approach to this is real important, because once you start leveraging cash value, there's a loan that you're taking against yourself. And there's interest on that loan. So the arbitrage, you want to make sure it's in your favor because you're actually overfunding these policies. But if you don't pay it back and you just pay the interest, you can't get mad 2, 3, 4 years later if, in fact, you shortcutted the process. So whenever I'm going to play in the space of, hey, let me leverage my cash value to go buy a piece of rental real estate, I'm saying to myself that I'm not keeping that cash flow. That rent's going to go right back into the policy so I can rinse and repeat the model. So I can buy that next piece of real estate, so on and so forth. Even if it's my social media and I want to deploy capital into my social media where, I know that I'm going to put ads out there. I'm going to make sure that I drive traffic. And if in fact the Epic team has 50 to 100 to 200 appointments, I want to make sure that I understand what that math looks like as far as the money I put out there that came back, so we could really monitor and measure everything and not just do it blindly. This is called a science and a system of thinking that we want to make sure that we I dot and T cross. And one of the other things I do, sometimes with no money out of pocket, but I may get into other companies from a consulting standpoint and teach them how to do exactly what this is, and or teach them a selling process where I think of my brother Sean Callaghy. He created the Callaghy results formula, how to go to hello to yes with integrity-based human influence. He now wears that hat inside the world of Unblinded with a gold lightning bolt. Point is, we want to make sure that everything we do strategically, and we want to make sure that we're using the right kind of whole life policies. So what do I mean? You may get a policy that traditionally is not overfunded. Those specific policies are not going to work when it become your own bank, because it takes a while for the cash value to build up. Those policies, when you play it out over 20, 30, 40 years, including the distribution, are very powerful. But if you're looking to use a traditional whole life in the first 5 years and want to have the mindset of become your own bank, it's going to be like running east looking for a sunset. Always understand that. So when you sit down and you do get that first meeting with whoever it's going to be, it's important that you really understand what kind of policy you're going to buy. For us, whenever we go to the ninth inning after 6 meetings, after 60 days, sometimes 90 days, we say, hey, we're going to show you 3 scenarios. We're going to show you a traditional. Then we're going to show you the best case overfunded version based on all the information you've given us. And now after today's call, because this will be call 6 or 7, this will be day 60, 70, or 80, we're going to design a policy based on all the things that changed since the day we met you until today and give you one that's recommended based on all that information. That's why it is everything we do is customized for you based on all this information. It's not transactional. Nothing happens between Monday and Tuesday. I'm not saying transactional is bad. What I'm saying is we want to take the time, TIME, things I must earn, to get to know you, have you meet all the team members that we have here so we can show you what that looks like. And at the end, if it is a policy where you want to make sure it's become your own bank mindset-wise, when it comes to mimicking what the bank does, which is really borrowing money and loaning it over and over again, getting multiple uses of each and every dollar, we want to be able to offer that to you. So when we have our final meeting, our pre-meeting gets into that. So when we get to that final meeting, you're not confused at what we're going to show you. So check it out, folks. How do you fund the policy, establish the cash value? Well, a lot of times, and this ain't us, and I'm not judging, but a traditional life insurance agent is going to say, well, how much death benefit do you need? And they're going to then re-engineer back, calculate what a policy would cost for that specific death benefit, and go into it about what you could save every month, which I'm not judging it. But what I am saying is what we do is a full times 10 cash flow analysis, understand every dollar in, every dollar out. We're definitely going to educate you on certain things where your money's going in directions where you may not have all the data. And then once we know what not only your monthly savings could potentially be, but also what, and this is to become your own bank side of it, what you could dump in or overfund, knowing you want to leverage that back out to buy that alternative. Once we know that math, we then go back in and figure out what the death benefit's going to be. And we want to make sure that it represents your future net worth. So we will blend these policies with term to jack up that death benefit. But it's going to be custom to you, once again, based on goals and objectives, based on time horizon, based on what you're looking to accomplish, and understanding that your core values when it comes to money is right from within. You're not looking for overnight success. And now you're putting yourself in a position to prosper, because guess what? When you got that money inside that policy and the economy goes on discount like it is right now, whether it's real estate or stocks or even if interest rates are going higher and you want to become a hard money lender to help people go buy that other asset, well, now all of a sudden you're going to be able to buy these things on discount or be able to take advantage of things because cash is king, and being able to leverage the right way and being liquid puts you in a position to prosper mightily, and learning how to strategically utilize cash value to fund personal expenses and investments. Now you become like water. Bruce Lee said, become like water. You become like water. And you want to explore how to leverage your policies, cash value, to create wealth and seize investment opportunities over and over again. And that's part of the wealth building. That's part of the creative opportunities. And understanding this concept of leverage, which we can't do in 10 minutes. It's a methodical approach, looking at everything on a dashboard, seeing all your different investments, what distributions, tax-free and taxable distributions look like, and how to use that death benefit as a turbocharger in life to spend and or leverage these assets down to help you put money back in your pocket where it belongs to live with your family. Because a lot of people say it, you can have a lot more fun in the beach house than you can in the 401k when you retire. But what does that look like in real time? What does that look like with a process? What does that look like with a system of thinking? What does that look like to make sure all the financial educators are on the same page for the benefit of your thinking tied to your core values? And Michael Jackson said it best, Mama say, Mama sa, Mamaku sa, Mama say, Mama sa, Mamaka sa. If you understand that, go ahead and click the link below. Fill out all the information you need to fill out so one of the team members here at Epic can take you through the success process, share with you age-old strategies, and by the way, mimic what the bank is doing so you, in fact, can get multiple uses of each and every dollar. And there's no obligation to work with us. Use us as folks that could give you the information to help you make really good decisions, and take the time, not transactionally, but take the time to take you through these conversations, because it can't happen overnight. Anyway, thanks for checking us out. I love the fact that people add comments. I love people give us suggestions on videos. Feel free to do so. And once again, go ahead, click that link below. Always subscribe, hit that like button, and make sure that whenever you see our next video, you give us a like.